Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 40 of Project Ozone 3. In between episodes, I did a little bit of work on the Britannia platform, and I'm actually really digging the look. I used different pasture seeds on each of the corners just to give it a little bit of variance, and then I have a big enough circle in order to spawn the Gaia Guardian anytime I want. But I started moving some of the stuff over. I haven't completely moved all this stuff over, like the basic mana regeneration, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll just do that a little bit later. But this episode, what I want to get into is blood magic, because that's been a... Where are you, blood magic? Right here. This has been a blind spot in the quest book for quite a while now, and I also want to handle the oddly inserted into the mod pack turrets. So those are going to be our two goals for today. And yeah, before I begin, I just want to say that this this series is going to be coming to a close. I mean, I intend to have this ended by episode 45, and then I may do some extra episodes after that just to go over all of the these simple achievements. I'm honestly not sure yet, but I plan on completing all of the quests in Omega, in Psi and the End, and then I'm going to call it a series until at least like Titan mode or Kappa mode gets released. All right, let's get on to turrets. So the first thing I have to do for this turret quest is make turret base tier 1, and that's just planks and cobblestone and some sensor tier 1s. Sensor tier 1s, redstone and planks, easy enough. Is the sensor unit used for anything? Sensor unit 2. Okay, so I'm just going to make a full stack of the tier 1s just because I'm going to need them later to upgrade to the tier 2s and make one turret base tier 1. Alright. Alright, I've placed down my base 1, my turret base tier 1, and attached a spectre coil to it. And looking at this, I'm not going to lie, I have no experience with open modular turrets. I personally have never seen the need for them, because I generally play single player stuff. So, looks like in here is where I put my ammo. I can't change the range because no turret's actually attached to the base. These buttons will actually drop the turret that's on the base, and then drop the base. Drop the base. Sorry about that, I had a little laughing fit. I don't know why, it wasn't even that funny of a joke, but allergies are still messing me up right now, and I did not want you to hear all the coughing that came after the laughing. So, yeah, moving on. You can also configure, and if you are on a server, then you can add trusted people, and the turret will not attack those players. If you have attack players, yes. So, I'm going to have attack neutrals on because, honestly, I guess I can see a point of the turrets now. Too many animals spawn on my island, and I'm just going to place them where they normally spawn, and the turrets will take care of them. So, yeah, that's the turret base. Let's actually get on to making the turrets themselves. The first one is that trash shooting turret. So, ammo type, see config file, default cobble and planks. Oh well, I'll make it, and the one I'm really going to make is the potato shooting turret. Before I make the trash turret, I'm going to have to make a chamber and a barrel for both of these. But these don't look too difficult, so hang on. Do I need Alright, so I'm going to need the previous tier barrel to upgrade to the next tier. So once again, just like I did with the sensors, I'm going to make a bunch of barrels. Boom, and then a bunch of chambers. Cool. Alright, now that those are out of the way, let's make this disposable item turret. And let's make the potato cannon turret. And just on the safe side, another turret base so I can test both of them. Why can't I place the base? Oh, okay. So you have to have these spaced. You can't just every other them. That's weird. Okay. So, place a turret there. Oh, well that's something. I can apparently put multiple turrets on multiple bases. Oh, well, no issue. So, like it said, this can take any type of ammo, so let's give myself some cobblestone. And of course it did. So another thing I did in between episodes is I created this. This is the Metamorphic Forest Stone. All I had to do is make some metamorphoses. And then I have Industrial Foregoing block placers and block breakers on this side. What it's doing is every time a piece of cobblestone or regular stone that's in this chest goes into my block placers, it places them. The metamorphoses turn it into metamorphic whatever stone. It is entirely random. And then it gets broken and put all the way in here. So I get more forest stone than anything, but whatever, that's fine. So I'm going to take some of this stone and throw it in my ammo. Alright, apparently stone is not ammo. Great. Alright, cobblestone is ammo. Awesome. And then we're going to need some potatoes. Potatoes. Cool. Alright, so now I have that. Let's go get some mobs here for this thing to shoot. So ever since my Twilight Forest episode, I have had this spawner just sitting in a chest for a while. So let's have some of these crabs spawn. See if the turret makes short work of them. Oh, light levels. I forgot. Okay, I need to reset this thing a little bit. So I got a dragon egg. Gonna right click and boom. Oh, the ammo. I can still pick up the ammo. Nice. Alright, so obviously this thing still isn't very powerful. And I can't see this one, but well, whatever, that's fine. I'm glad that this is working a little bit. But yeah, that dragon egg will ignore spawner conditions when you have apotheosis installed. This is actually really cool looking. Uh-oh, it looks like the potato turret is getting stuck on the side here. Huh. Alright. Well, it's a good first test. Let's turn this thing off by getting a comparator. And when you have a comparator, right-click. That means it has redstone control. And now the spawner is off until I want it to be on. Get out of here. Awesome. So I'm going to move on with the turrets then. So I've made the Tier 2 turret base along with the gun turret and the incendiary turret. And unlike the stone and potatoes I used for the Tier 1 stuff, this one actually requires bullets of its own. So I have ammo blazing clay that I need, which recipe is easy enough. Let's make 2 stacks of that. Then you need ammo bullets, which is electrical steel, gunpowder, and conductive iron. I should have enough of that. 2 stacks. So throw them into my turret base. Also, the Tier 2 turret base also has room for add-ons and upgrades, as well as increased range and power. So let's turn on the spawner and see what they do. So I've been picking up armor shards, fish, and bobbly hearts from these mobs, and that's a little confusing to me. Because one of the upgrades here, or one of the add-ons rather, yeah, fake drops. Where are you? Makes mobs killed by players drop loot as if a player killed them. Which would stand to reason that the turrets by themselves are not capable of that. Why am I getting drops as if... Well, I guess these are just standard drops, not player drops. Okay, never mind. Confusion abated. Let's move on. I've made my Tier 3 turret base, and I've attached the relativistic turret and the grenade launcher turret onto it. And I'm about to start up the mob spawner, but I'm not sure whether or not these grenades are actually going to cause any lasting damage. So honestly, I shouldn't be doing this on the home base, but whatever, for science. What in the world? Huh. Alright, get out of here. So, what is going on here? It's like firing them down. It's not, maybe I need to drop. Maybe I need to have the rocket launcher placed over here. Or maybe the relativistic is destroying it a little bit. Alright, so we're just going to place this here and try again. Oh, should probably supply it with some ammo. Hehe. Nope. Oh yeah, okay, it is firing them, just not very well. It's very... What is going on? I got the Tier 4 base up and running with a rocket launcher and a teleporter turret on it. Oh, the teleporter turret just... Alright. Well, yeah, I put rockets in there. The teleporter turret apparently took an enemy and just set it on here. Did it, like, zap it or something? Well, it's interesting enough, but let's move on to the Tier 5, and, oh yeah, we're zooming through this. Alright, we're going to move on to the Tier 5. And there's the Tier 5 with the railgun and the laser turret. The railgun took the ferromagnetic slugs, which are honestly, like, the easiest, the easiest ammo to make. Doesn't look all that powerful, so now we're going to move on to blood magic. Where are you, blood magic? There we are. So the first thing that we're going to create for blood magic is the sanguine scientium. Oh, wow. The sanguine scientium. Alright, I'm going to take a perusal through this, see what's changed since the last time I played this, which was a while because I'm not the biggest fan of magic mods, but yeah, let's see what's changed. I've relocated to the hunting dimension temporarily because for making the sanguine scientium, I get 16 rudimentary snares, which are actually what I need in order to continue. So with the snares, if you right-click on an entity, sometimes some white dust, and this is, nope, no white dust. Creeper? Nope. Oh, shoot, hopefully video settings, particles, all. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I can actually see the particles should they ever happen. But some white particle effect should be happening out of any enemy that I hit with a snare. There's like a 25% chance that this will work. There we go. All right, so now that I killed him with the white smoke coming off him, I have demonic will. Will quantity 2.51. So I'm going to do this a couple more times and make some more rudimentary snares if I have to. Why is there no recipe for the rudimentary snares? There's no recipe for the rudimentary snares. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have been so liberal with them. Can I get more from completing quests? Okay. Alright, I'm really not sure what's going on, but a lot of the blood magic recipes are not available to me. The blood altar is available to me. That's fine, but I need the Hellfire Forge. In order to get more demonic will, I need a sentient weapon, and a sentient, since I can't make snares. Yeah, the ritual stones of water, those are all gone. Inversion pillars are gone. What the heck? Huh. I'm gonna head over to the Discord and see whether or not this is a known issue. So I just went to version 3.8 of the 3.0.38 of the pack, and yeah, Hellfire Forge is here. It has an EMC value. Yeah, I should have no problem crafting it, and it just requires some Lordcraft stuff. Whatever. So I'm now that I know that this is definitely a thing, I'm going to take this profile, which is version 3.8, and update it to 4.0. See whether or not this stuff actually shows up in that version of 4.0, because my main world is 4.0, and see whether or not this stuff remains, and whether or not my profile is just corrupted. Alright, that's just weird. I'm in version 4.0 of the pack now, and yeah, Hellfire Forge recipe exists. There's an EMC value for it. There wasn't an EMC value in my version of the pack. Hold on, let's, solar panel. That's really weird. In my version of the pack, Solar Panel 8 does not have an EMC value. What is going on? Let's see, is there a recipe for snares as well? Yeah, snare requires Lordcraft stuff. That is really weird. Alright, so I just threw my save into the profile that's actually working, and yeah, it looks like I can actually do stuff now. There's EMC values for the Hellfire Force. There's recipes for it. Actually, there's another thing I want to check too, because another thing I noticed when I was updating to 4.0 was Lordcraft was completely broken for me. I tried going back there because the mod got updated, and I wanted to see what had changed. So, yeah, I'm going to see whether or not the people are actually working over here in the Nexus. Yes, they're working again. Awesome. And Fire Guy still doesn't trust me. It doesn't look like the quests are active for him still. But at the very least, I have access to Lordcraft stuff again. I was a little worried about that. Cool. All right, let's continue with blood magic. So I have a nice assortment of demonic will here, and I was using the snares mostly on Endermen because higher HP enemies seem to give me more will. So I'm going to throw in some gold, glass, redstone, and lapis, as well as a piece of demonic will, and get a petty Tartaric gem. So now whenever I get demonic will, whoops, hang on, let's get that out of there. So now when I get demonic will, it will transfer immediately to the petty Tartaric gem, instead of just giving me all this and cluttering my inventory. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I thought that I would be able to turn my demonic will into, just immediately into the, oh yeah, look at that. Just throw them out of my inventory, and as soon as I pick them up, the demonic will goes right into the Tartaric gem. Excellent. So now I can just throw the Tartaric gem in here, and it'll act like the demonic will. But I'm going to just keep going until I have the Grand Tartaric gem. It's not like I don't have enough of the materials in order to do it. So yeah, I'm just going to give myself the Grand Tartaric gem. So I've gone and made myself a sentient sword, and what the sentient sword does is it makes the snares completely obsolete to me now. So anytime I kill something with the sentient sword, then I will automatically gain will inside my Tartaric gems. I can't make higher than a lesser right now because that requires a blood altar, and I'm going to save all the blood altar stuff for a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to use this sentient sword. So you see that it does 1 heart of damage, but there's a little yellow plus right beside it. That means that the more will I have in one of my gems, then the more damage that it will do. And also, like I said before, when I kill stuff with it, I get will, which means the more I kill stuff with this sword, the stronger it will be in the long run. So I'm going to keep going around until I fill up my lesser Tartaric gem before moving on. The next thing that I'm going to create is the sentient armor. So I just got done making the diamond chestplate, a bunch of lesser Tartaric gems, block of iron and some obsidian, throw in some will, and apparently I do not have enough will in order to do this. So I need to go hunting a little bit more with my sentient sword and fill this bad boy up before I can actually make the sentient armor and show you what it does. Here we are. That didn't take long at all. So throw this in, and see that this has 256 will inside the Tartaric gem, and wow, I used 50 of it. Or wow, 150 will just to make this sentient armor gem. So throw this out here and show you what the sentient armor can do. So what the sentient armor does is, if I was wearing a piece of armor like iron armor and it had various enchantments on it, then I could activate the sentient armor, and I essentially have like a shield on top of my armor. So instead of the armor taking durability damage, then the sentient helmet or the sentient chestplate, what have you, that will take it'll take will damage instead. So if I was getting attacked by a skeleton over and over, then I would just, this durability 250, it wouldn't go down until I had 0 will in any of my Tartaric gems. After that happens, then the stuff deactivates and I would be in my old armor. So that's a little unfortunate. One of the cool things that it does is whenever you apply the sentient armor set to yourself, it also transfers enchantments over. So if I had blast protection, fire protection, what have you, or mending on my sentient stuff, then that means that, not my sentient stuff, on the iron stuff, then that means that the sentient stuff would have it as well. And it's just a really cool feature, especially for like a mid-game world where I didn't have the infinity stuff already on. So this is pretty useless to me, but at least I have the quest completed. And I also made the Arcane Ash. I don't think I went over what the Arcane Ash does, but the Arcane Ash is just a way that you can get circles done. So probably my favorite one. I don't use these very often when I did use the Arcane Circle stuff. So let's give myself a feather. Hopefully the feather is still in here. Feather and a piece of redstone. So if I hit this with a feather, you're going to see the design change. Yep. Then we hit it with the piece of redstone. You see that the rune is starting to activate here. So what this one does, it will actually bounce me hither fro. So that wasn't me hitting jump. It's just I really like this one because it's a little bit, if I recall correctly. Hang on. Yeah, look at that. So a little bit added force to it, and I jumped pretty far. I just really like this one, but they're really easy to break. You just break them with your hand, and you get the feather and the redstone back, but you don't get the Arcane Ash back. I think you only have 20 uses for this. The book tells me, I think. Arcane Ash. Yeah, the ash has a total of 20 uses before you need to craft another. And all of the, there are various recipes for, so like an ender pearl and redstone. What does this one do? It's teleportation array. Travel instantly from one location to another with a few specific limitations. So it looks like it has the turret array. Sounds awesome. In any case, that's what the Arcane Ash does for you. It's just just to create a bunch of arrays that may or may not have use for your particular situation, and it doesn't really take that much to activate it. The next thing I want to get done with blood magic is I want to make this common Tartaric gem. And if you look at the recipe for it, this requires an imbued slate. The imbued slate requires a reinforced slate and a tier 3 blood altar, and it just goes all the way down to stone in a tier 1 altar, and with 1,000 life points. So I need to start making the blood altar. So we're gonna get to that now by looking at the recipe. All right, let's get this blood altar made. So I had to where the heck are my will? There it is. Okay, so I had to go back to the hunting dimension and get some demonic will. For that, I put my Tartaric gems away so I actually collect some. But that is a blood altar, and in order to get that to work, I need a sacrificial dagger as well. Oh, there are 2 sacrificial daggers. Alright, phew. I thought the recipes weren't working again. Alright, so, got my blood altar. Gonna set that puppy down. And I'm not going to turn this into, well, I guess I have to turn this into a tier 3 if I want to continue with the Tartaric gems. So, all I'm doing is I'm just right-clicking with the sacrificial dagger in my inventory. You can see I'm taking health damage right now. For all that it matters. I'm wearing the infinite... I don't think I've ever tested this. I'm wearing the infinity stuff, so I don't know if I can actually die. Apparently, yes, I can. Well, I'm gaining all my stuff again anyway, so... In any case, so now I have this blood altar. I can make, what are these things called? Slates. I'm going to grab some stone, and I'm just going to plop that in there. You see that it's taking up some of the life essence, and in a second it should turn into a slate. There we go. Alright, I got a slate. I'm going to do this a couple of times until I have, I don't know. I don't want to wait to have a stack of 64. I've attached conduits to chests just to make this a little bit faster, and even then it's still not that fast. It requires manual intervention. But if I put some stone in here, or I put some diamonds in here as well, it'll transfer the full stack into the blood altar, and then when they're completed, they'll go into this chest by way of filter. The reason why it's still manual is because I still need to continuously start sacrificing my blood in order to get stuff to work. And the fact that there was a full stack of stone in here meant that I had to continuously be applying life points to the blood altar in order for all 64 of them to be turned into blank slates. And I'm going to make the incense altar in just a second, just so I can make blood, get life points a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down this alchemy array, put down a piece of redstone, and then put a blank slate inside it. what it's going to do for me is it's going to create a divination sigil. And, well, that's what it should have done. There it is. Divination sigil. So, all I have to do is just right-click and it'll tell me how much life points I have as part of my soul network. And this is very, very handy because I made these weak blood orbs using the diamonds in the blood altar. And had the weak blood orbs start absorbing life points. And all I had to do was just, when you first create them, they're not bound to you. You just have to right-click. They become part of your soul network. And then you can throw them onto the blood altar and they'll start absorbing life points for you. Now that I have these weak blood orbs, they're part of my soul network and I can just check with the divination sigil at any time. So I have that going for me. So let's start making the incense altars. The incense altars are made with stone, cobblestone, a piece of coal or charcoal, and then a weak blood orb. So just made an incense altar, and I am going to, I don't know, set it right here. And then place, here we go. So see those fire particles? That means, and my sacrificial dagger also changed, which means as I absorb more life points, you know what, I'll just grab another diamond and show it off. Diamond, throw you in there, and it's taking the life essence at the same amount, and it takes 2,000 life points in order to transform it into the blood orb. But now that I have the upgraded sacrificial dagger, every time I sacrifice myself, I take, here we go, charge up, and see how much health it took, but it immediately filled up my blood altar. So the upgraded sacrificial dagger doesn't care about all of your extra hearts that my baubles are giving me, but it's a very easy way to fill up a blood altar very quickly. So that's what the incense altar is for. Since the fire is out, you can see that it is not working right now. But it's whatever. Now it's probably about time that I actually start upgrading my blood altar to tier 2 and then tier 3. So maybe I can finally get better Tartaric gems. So, oh wow, that completed very quickly. So what I have now right here is the, don't ask me to say this, Inspectorus Scandalum. But what this does for me is this will allow me to, yeah, this is what this is supposed to do, is show me a little hologram. That's weird. It should be showing me a hologram of what it takes to upgrade to tier 2. I don't know why it's not working. Let me read the article in the book about it. So what I was neglecting to do was I actually needed to raise this up one because the rune blocks go one block below and the hologram just wasn't showing over the grass that I had it placed on. So now I know that I need these blank rune stones in order to craft the tier 2 altar. So let's see how we craft these blank rune stones. Stone, blank slates, and some sort of blood orb. Got it. How many of these do you think I can craft? Oh. Oh. I'm going to need quite a bit. Shoot. Really? I have too many types of chiseled stone in my... There we go. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this should be a tier 2 blood altar. So I am not sure if this is tier 2. Let's check and see by trying to make a tier 2 recipe. And my blank slates are in here, so you can test if this is a proper recipe. Yep, okay, it's transforming. That's good to know. So this is a tier 2 altar. It definitely took. I just have to wait for my blank slate to upgrade. Here we go. Awesome. So, now that I have those, the reinforced slates. The reinforced slates are going to be used to create ritual stones. They'll be used to create my next tier up of altar using the book. I've made the tier 3 altar and the tier 3 blood orb, and I have it charging up right now. And I also discovered that the sacrificial dagger won't let me die, so I can just keep holding it, filling up the yeah, keep holding it, keep filling up the blood altar. No problem there. But I'm actually going to call this an episode. In between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up for the next one where we're going to finish blood magic. And we're going to go into it a little bit more than what the quest book wants us to do. Because Blood Magic is a huge mod, and it looks like it only wanted me... It looks like the quest book is just having me make items to be used in other recipes. It's kind of weird. It doesn't actually want me to do most of the alchemy required by the mod, stuff like that. So, yeah, next episode I'm just going to get into Blood Magic a little bit more. But I'm Kelly Engineering. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.